what do we make of this one? I mean, time is going to tell on it as to whether NIP can match up here and repeat the online performance that they had, moving up into GamerLegion's realm with this one, I suppose, rather than dragging them down a little bit. Kaspersky to open up, straight up A play coming through. Oh, snappy hold in the back. Shush has got him covered as well. Really nice little setup here to make it very difficult to get back in towards this A bomb site. Torsten does his best. It's just not going to be enough. It's all down to Snacks. 1 versus 3 almost immediately.
Spotted.
He's spotted now, surely. Looking for a headshot before he even gets near that bomb. He will find it.
No.
Another one on the cards.
Don't
and Snacks flicking up. Oh, I just don't think there's going to be enough time on the bomb, unfortunately. He gets on it for an attempt to the 10-second hold here. Shush is giving it to him. He will eventually peek in and just give it a little look. Yeah, it's like if the Americas lands really start messing up certain positions and Liquid keep falling.
Well, 23 is 3D Max, who are guaranteed out now. And then, so yeah, it really is basically like, can an IP overtake Sinners?
There's a different team that could lose.
Kind of no one here. They're gonna, if they want to, get a free plant. Oh, Ibex in trouble. He's lucky to still be alive.
Oh, wow, lucky times 2. And steal an AK, something along those lines. There's actually only 1 AK to take, but all the same, it's just not happening, you know? It just doesn't feel like a doable round. Snappy makes a meal out of that. He was super, super low HP. Might even go down here himself, and he does. Gathered a lot of info, but it's that money-making machine that is being fed. Tossing down to the bomb. Absolutely crazy. Miles away from it. PR another one.
So far, a nice start by NIP, though. On their map here, they're looking somewhat comfortable, but there's obviously kind of these consequential rounds. Hypex gonna find 1 from here. He's trying to find a second, which he gets, and PR's there to bail him out. It's a lovely lobby crunch pushing through ramp.
Wrinkle trying to trade things back. 1 Molotov for the second as well. Snappy gonna find Rez. Ooh, and suddenly a 2 versus 2 to sink our teeth into here. A much more doable situation. Wrinkle goes down. Snappy spotted here on the drop down. We'll take it all the way and should be able to get the plant at the very least. Who are slow to follow him down, so he also is able to get the reset in on the
net. He could have 2 dead to rights here. There's the first.
Let's get number 1 is the second one here. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Hypex is sticking around though, pretty happy to find a fight if it comes to him. For the time being, not set to be the case. Shush. Oh, move in and will go down. Hypex with the catch of the bullet, but not the kill. Force him away ever so slightly, and he's, head on a swivel like, I know there's this guy in behind. I know he's looking for a flank. Where is he? And he will get clapped. Another fine for Wrinkle should do it. Torsten caught. That'll absolutely do it. 4 versus 1. PR downstairs. Do they even want to get involved in here? Unpredictable one to get involved in, of course. Join over on Stake. Use code RANKED for the $10 reload every day for 7 days. That would be a good time to get into it as the tournament's heating up. Maybe you've got an idea of where the teams are at, who's looking hot, who's looking cold. And in this round, it's GL looking hot.
Spam through, trying to find somebody through that smoke on single door. It was quiet as we hit the minute mark. This freeze by NIP is trying to draw an attention from GamerLegion, but they're not biting.
They are not. Another smoke on the squeaky door. So NIP have a decision to make here. Playing it safe. Saving even. Or are they going to try and go for it? PR feels like he might be the last line. There's not a lot of time here, but I think they're just about trying to squeeze something through. 15 seconds to get this bomb down. It will fall, and they should be able to plant. I don't think there's anybody around to necessarily stop them. Oh man, it's close. It really is. Snacks goes charging in, traded immediately. It's going to be all over the place here. 2-on-2. Snappy's up top. Kaspersky low, as is Rez, but it's Rez to win it out. And now Snappy left in the clutch. It is planted for him. It really is. He just has to be careful not to overswing. They're so low here now. Combined HP of 32. Not a lot to work with at all. Snappy comes out, spots one, trying to take ahead on the pre-fire. But like I say, that bomb is planted for him. It's not necessarily a kit in play. He just has to keep his cool.
Yeah,
the AWP misses the shots, and Snappy has indeed done it. Plays them around the post, plays them around these doors. Valid. Really solid read on the situation. I think NIP also know that. Kind of a yikes.
Yeah.
And he does deservedly get traded. But all the same, 4-on-4 still looking pretty good. Maybe I speak too soon. Hypex on the back end of the site as well. Actually finds a kill. Boys, what is going on here?
Oh.
Wrinkle with a 2-piece. He's still traded out, and it still leaves Kaspersky all alone. What does he opt to do? Is he going to drop down? Is he going to try and make B work, or does he want the fights? Plenty of time. Playing it patiently in a round like this. With the pistols in hand, you're going to be confident. You're going to take a lot of aggressive moves, and he knows that. That's exactly what he was looking for. Again, staying cool in the clutch. Quick roll around in towards the hut, which I don't think PR necessarily gets.
T-side a nuke. What a love. Mistake. Map winner predictions are very one-sided. 1.1 to 5.8. Break on the smoke or catch card. This time he is caught trying to sneak his way through.
Yeah, pretty big find. One that GamerLegion, I think, are going to have to capitalize on. Otherwise, I really, really do worry for the nuke campaign. Super clean opener. Exactly on the money. Kaspersky always has other ideas than having a really nice couple of rounds. And hoping to maybe make it a third to add to the list. NIP, though, winding the clock down. Not loads of utility for them here now. A few flashes. Probably going to be a heavy burst play. That is indeed what Mr. Snappy is setting up for. Got his Molotov ready to go. I think that'll be the marker to start moving. Can they win the fight against Rez? Oh, Molly's coming in. Is there any kind of flashing to join this? The answer would be no, and Rez is in such a good spot to try and deal or at least distract them away. Snacks, I believe, comes up the vent to find that kill. Snappy chiming in now. Kaspersky will fall, however. That's the big one.
They've traded places in the smoke here. I don't know how beneficial that is actually going to be for GamerLegion, to be honest, though.
That's true. Rez is in such a good spot. He's going to get overlooked. Oh, man, he survives. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I don't know what's happened to not find another, but he does get bailed out by Torsen for a moment. 3 versus 3. A lot of damage done is, of course, the trade-off. I'm going to go down. I think, in theory, NIP will be pretty happy with that. Ken upgrades his weaponry, gets himself a smoke as well, so maybe an area to cut off if he uses that correctly, and he does towards the doors where there's 2 players coming in. He himself gets smoked. It really is important to the win con here because he's the only fully healthy player. He's now the only one left. Plenty of info to work off of. Swaps up to an AK. Flash comes in, making it really difficult to deal with. Not a lot of time left on this bomb. Can he deny? I think he does just about.
Again, just fantastic work.
Yeah, and looking good. Looking like they really do want this one and that they really do feel confident for it as well. I think the result earlier surely has to spur you forwards in a highly positive way. The fact that Gentlemates go out, they were kind of your main competition for a major spot at this tournament. And they have gone out. There's a bit of heroic as well. They're also in the lower bracket. So, you know, we were talking about how other teams do in the VRS around your level.
Yeah.
Surely that has to boost the NIP, chances of making the major. So I think they're definitely on. Yeah, if they stay in the upper bracket, if they win the whole thing and their competition goes out pretty quickly, that can't be anything but beneficial. So yeah, absolutely wild. Right. Absolutely wild. It's again just heating up.
Yeah, it's going to be chaotic. We were saying the 6th is the cutoff, if we're right in saying? I mean,
yeah.
God, this is going to be... Well, I mean, essentially with this tournament probably being the last few games of sort of like importance to be played out, it's going to be pretty massive. Khan, Wrinkle, trade effectively onto Rez and PR. Kaspersky waits. A bit of patience will work for him. Leg spotted, body spotted. There's one. Looks for the second. It snacks on the other side as well, who surely has no chance, and especially now with a molly at his feet, that'll keep him at bay. And that should be the round, surely. Hypex, who's going to get caught in transition. There's nothing
really affects you negatively, or you get knocked down into a lower bracket, but who you're facing, Team Spirit in the lower bracket or something like that, you know? It really can be difficult for them. And I feel here the NIP have tightened up because they know this is a tournament that they could win. There's a really big prize on the other side of it, potentially. Rez does find the first in this round. They've not looked too bad with those conversions. It's just getting the opening kills that's been a trouble for them.
Ollie. Into hell. It's got rotations that allows them safe passes down to the B site itself, but on the site remains Snacks. They were at the first. You're looking to tap a head away, but it's Snappy. The old guard on the other side who gets an instant trade, but numbers still favor the T side. Wrinkle will find Hypex. Bomb will go down as well into a 3 versus 3, and GamerLegion, this felt like a decent round to be in, and now they're in a lot of trouble considering that Rez is barely alive. 1 foot in the grave for him with 2 points of HP, and time is ticking, but PR will drop Wrinkle. Numbers go back in favor of GamerLegion. It's still a pretty strong crossfire though. You've got a player backside, one tucked in towards Dark. The flash is good, and both
in the win column for them moving forwards. We'll see how the pistol pans out. Wrinkle spamming away, and they just walk into his bullet there. Rez maybe going to be frustrated that actually worked. All the same, man advantage now.
P250.
Oh.
Can't do anything. Already down to, I'm about to say 3. Make that 2. Should we just call it now? Should we start prep for Mirage?
Yeah.
Feel like we should. Kaspersky's pushed through hot here.
Little taps. Nothing quite landing just yet. Hypex really hoping this P250 at range is going to be the difference maker, and I don't think it'll be the case, unfortunately. He does land one. I need a lot more assistance than that. The bomb sneaks down in a way. Not like they've necessarily seen it get in there, so one more kill from Hypex. The bomb plant surprising them. Might be difficult, but they are just slowly taking chunks out of this unarmored opponent as well. I don't think they quite know that, but is indeed unarmored. Should be a bomb plan for GamerLegion, I think.
Yeah.
If keeps scaling and does go for it, but he's really going in deep there towards that site. Thinking control at the moment, just trying to catch a player off before going for the bomb plan. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen for him. Hypex does find a way down, and oh man, PR nearly, and also actually does miss out on the bomb plan. He really took the full risk. There you go. Smoke's coming in. And they'll move quick. Wrinkle, though, is here to hold the line. And he'll be happy to take a couple before going down. Also confirms all that info, of course. So more and more lines of defense to get through. It's a decoy, bro. Kaspersky caught off. Will be traded. It's not the healthiest. Snappy's a bit low. He drops PR, though. Big find there. Leaving Hypex to do it all.
1v3. And he clears the first. Bomb down, and Snappy's so low, so you really look towards Shush to try and bail them out here.
Can fire off a couple, but beyond that,
Sounds cooler.
Much of a use case. It does sound a bit cooler. It does look, it's kind of iconic. Maybe it's just in your brain from like the Modern Warfare 2 days as a gamer. It's an iconic gamer gun.
Nice move by Hypex. Oh, nice second by Hypex. Alrighty, okay.
Just waiting for another player to walk into his cross. Oh, Kaspersky, that's more work than it should have been. He knows that was a kill on offer. Not able to get it back in, so 5 versus 3 here. Unfolding. 45 seconds left. Big find from Kaspersky. He's really trying to be the man, the problem player. It's not quite enough in this case, though, as he does get instantly traded out. And I think Snappy and Shush will probably just save their M4s for the following round. Try and put their best foot forward. Although, with Shush getting that one, maybe there is a way back in now. Snappy up top as well. Never know what he might find. There's no... Oh, there is a kit available. I think maybe he picked up on the way in. So all of a sudden, we're maybe back in. The flash timing is beautiful, however. And Shush. Legion stats on paper. But perhaps you're a NIP believer through and through. Use code RANKED over at Stake for a weekly reload. $10 a day on the reload for 7 days. Rez, banging heads. Maybe we're going to be in Nuke a little longer here now.
Potentially. I mean, I think even if you could, NIP would actually probably be tempted to try and save in a round like this. I mean, it's all but done already. Lost control towards that lower side. They're not committing to it, though. Rez is outside, and I mean, ever so slightly trapped as well. I mean, he's a known quantity.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Is he dead to rights? The question. He gets on before falling. Honestly, credit to him.
Yeah, I think that is also with the M4, mind you. So certainly could get a little bit weird. And I think with seeing all this action coming outside, they are kind of like, all right, let's not take too many crazy fights, even if you are on a pistol, because we might have a good opportunity here to work from. NIP trying to predict it. GamerLegion very, very cleverly just moving around and remaining unpredictable with where they are sending that bomb. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bang!
Worth it. Worth it. I don't think there's really too much more that can be had here, but you take those. It's the moral victory for Khan there. Wrinkle. Downhill fall, the swing behind. Just saying, kind of still pretty long ways away, but 11 to 9. So I can start to get convinced. Wrinkle's got other ideas, though. And so does Snappy. They'll get kills apiece.
Or brings out Hypex, trying to work his way in here and net another, and he will. To dink from Snappy, to be fair, they're both quick to the mark. But the AWP just stronger. However, has he done enough with that damage, with that informational damage as well, to help see this one over? A lot done to PR. So 3 versus 3, but certainly on a knife's edge for GamerLegion. What do they want to do with the space they've been able to take down below? Ken still posted up in the off angle, waiting for a lurking presence, and he will delete it. That's the game plan here. All right.
A team molly is the game plan.
Yeah, molly your own teammate. You bring him down to 8 HP. Makes the clutch even cooler the lower he is.
Yeah.
I guess. One plan. All the same. Here's a little silver lining until Shush takes that.
You assume should have no issues in doing exactly that. The match winner odds actually have swung quite nicely in favor of NIP. That's not just the map, that's the match itself, which... Wow, they were favored to GamerLegion to start things off. Wrinkle will open up proceedings as Rez goes down. And IP losing to looking to close this in style. Snacks has made his way down. Kaspersky's joined him here. They don't know about each other, but they suspect there's something up.
Yeah, both a little careful. Torsen as well, looking to join the party, and he might actually get seen, as will his supporting cast. So that's the bomb. Kaspersky located. Oh, Oh, and there's Snacks on the edge of your screen. Maybe just taking a little pot shot as well. Not quite sure. Kaspersky locked away. Will be finished as the Molotov makes life very difficult for him. Ken with the at-range spray down, however, going to drop that bomb, buy some more time here. And Snacks, although he goes unseen, will lose his head. His kill's coming back, 2 versus 2. And I believe a distraction upstairs is really what Snappy's got to deal with here. Wrinkle lucky to be alive. Snappy coming in at the double doors, however, completely unexpected. Maybe PR was tasked with tracking him down and lost track of him. All the same, 1 versus 2, and no bomb plant means that there isn't anything for PR to work around. Can he find this here? He's not feeling too good about it. Picks up the pace from there. We're going to find out, right? You would assume that having had Rotterdam, now moving into this, if they have been working on the map, it's just going to get better and better. So we'll see. GamerLegion, also, you know, you have that caveat of what happened on the previous map. They just never really appeared into it. And I think this is a team that NIP might have done some serious work on coming into this tournament. They have started off very well into this round as well as we set them up. The bomb going to get dropped. The man advantage going to get secured. Molotov to slow them down even further. Rez will manage to answer with a kill of his own. They look to go in for a bit more here on the CT side, and they might just have been denied away. Hypex up close was ready and raring to go for that. Still got to recover this bomb, but suddenly it looks a lot better. Rez finds another one of his. And man, NIP, 5 versus 3 and a bomb drop. We'd be on, but unfortunately there isn't. They're really committed to that B lean. Oh, we'll see though. I like Khan's position here. Could come away with a bit. They move up short as well. Again, thinking about getting through this smoke. He's going to go down though, unfortunately, and it's not in the right place at the right time. Deagle does manage to find one. Conversation still slightly open. Rez as well, really scared to move in. He is 1 HP, and that bomb has been spilled here. So it is getting kind of worse and worse. Rez goes down eventually. Bomb has yet to be recovered, but there's an AK picked up. So hold your horse, as we say. At-range fights happening, but not finding success. It's just really tooth and nail right now.
Wrinkle, waiting. Flash over, should catch him. No, he actually gets out unscathed, but dropped immediately by PR. And the last one, Snappy, is so low. 1 point of HP and a dream.
In the conversation. And ultimately, I think, build up some firm barriers on this map. Some really good boundaries to work from. First kill comes in. Happy to take the fights here. Shush will chime in. However, that's an isolated player as well, so maybe a recoverable gun over there. I want to say it was maybe just a match. Yeah. So not the scariest weapon, but still some armor dotted in here. 4 on 4. Taking a real prong out of the attack early on, and I think with that kill.
Snappy will have a chance here, and he'll get it. It's just now that he's stuck in towards back pillar, makes his life difficult. He will get a reload off. Kaspersky tucked, but 2 versus 2 once again. They're still making these rounds expensive, no two ways about it. Nade, back pillar, Snappy tagged down to 21. And Shush making a move. It's the fact that that bomb is dropped in no man's land which makes this somewhat still doable. They've got to know that there's a possibility of a flank for apartments, which is why they're tucked, going underneath it. And Shush just can't see him. He knows where both of them are. Oh, and Rez turns around on the reload. Is now once again down to Snappy with
that CT side, though, going to help them into the following round. They got the AWP out. They got plenty of utility here to speak of. Rushing straight forwards into the action on both sides. It's the CTs to come out on top. Snack's doing what he does, though. Somehow makes his way towards the top end of connector to even things as best he possibly can. But now he is behind enemy lines, really in the danger zone. Looking for one more, not going to get it. So 4 versus 2 as that dust settles.
What do they do from the spot as well for GamerLegion? They've just got no information to work with. A minute on the clock. So, I mean, still plenty of time, but there's a freebie. Down goes Wrinkle, but the thing is, they're going back into the double flank. No, Torsen, it's all a ruse, or is it? The longer they spend dawdling here in towards lower, the lower their chances are. Hypex on the 180, but he may assume that. It is a slightly awkward half bite for GamerLegion. A lot of reliance on Torsen to a lot of heavy lifting here. Oh, and he does to open things up. Huge find.
NIP, I think, will learn their lesson after the first one, not looking to give any more. We got Wrinkle down here with the AWP. Oh, that's a tag. That's pretty unfortunate for him. And another one. No kills yet, though. Can Shush capitalize? Drops that first player, which is coincidentally the bomb, and there's also very little time left to get it down. He doesn't find the planter in all that, but does get a nice little wallbang to make the numbers look good, and the kills keep on.
Good ranked over there. $10 reload every day for 7 days. They'll come over. Decent damage, especially on towards Torsen. But 1 for 1, 2 for 2 trades will net them the B site.
Yeah, looks decent. Shush on the edge of the smoke. Flash goes through, and they will be punished. Lovely little find from Shush there. As GamerLegion trying to keep it loose, but it just doesn't quite work, right? That smoke was really not ideal for a play like that, you might argue. There's not a lot of time left on this bomb, though. They've got to get going. They've got to get rolling in here. Hypex with a wild spray to net that frag. And again, time is ticking away, and NIP are going to move to save.
Wow.
Despite the 3-on-2. That's a head scratcher for sure.
Oh, Wrinkle, that's a terrible time to pull off the angle.
Terrorists put it. They need to find this round. I think they do know that. Messing around on top of this smoke now. Looking to get a bit of instant feedback. Snappy. I think was ultimately trying to set his teammate up. Oh, God, guys. Wow. They really just capitulate there. And yeah, after a questionable one in the previous as well, into that. Really not a good look. GamerLegion going to move up to 5. Should be a 6 off the back of it. And I think things are not looking good.
Happy. Excellent work. I mean, the hunt has legs behind it too. They're trying to get them towards Palace, but Shush doubles back at the right time.
Slow build up short here. Snacks maybe looking to thread this needle, as they do have a number of good smokes down. Meanwhile, a boost coming in. Oh man, Kaspersky is in kind of a rare angle up here. Brilliant timing. Surely gets traded though, and that's perhaps what they were looking for. As simple as that. GamerLegion so spread out. Lovely little move from NIP though. 2-man pushing in to try and gain a bit more control. Ken goes in deep. Shush to trade, thank goodness. There's some of that over-aggression, lack of coordination. You know, you saw Shush give up the position. His teammate went back into it. Could have been disastrous.
The game, which absolutely you take. Gonna try and dive out. Early tag. There's Torsen. Oh, they're lining up. Snapping will get both of them. He should be there to the molly. He is. He couldn't actually quite escape from that position in towards under Palace. Still a 3 versus 3, and it's still anybody's round.
Yeah, that is true. And some scary guns on the cards for GamerLegion. Could definitely make this work. NIP are fully grouped up to make sure that they get this in the bag. Oh. Kaspersky swinging over. Will lose his head trying to grab the info. Ken in the same place. It's a quick boost up onto the stairs. He will catch them doing it, which he's very lucky indeed. Molly goes down. Need to soften him up even more. 15 HP here. A lot of this is going to be on Wrinkle closing the cross, which he may well do. He's actually abandoned it, though, as the Molly comes in. There's not much that he can do to stop this bomb going down now. And dominoes falling left, right, and center. They may well have even spotted him here. They definitely know about him now. He moves on to the M4 and has to try and battle this 2 versus 1, but ultimately 2 one-on-ones. Where are they at, though, is the big question. He's just going to try and go in for the cheeky defuse. Finds the first. The second man in Palace, though, he's just not ready for.
He gives him so much in that round. Snacks has already fallen. Hang on a second. Oh, and so's PR.
Back with a vengeance, it would seem. Do be sure as well, while all this is going on, maybe in one of the slower rounds, get yourself down on that banner down below. We got some beastly BCs coming in from Vitality and Stake. 5-2 giveaway. Make sure that you do check it out, as they are based on signed by the looks of things, your favorite Vitality players, which I hope is all 5 of them, but mainly Mezzy.
That's it.
Biased in that sense, of course.
No, just the truth, mate. That's the truth.
So
they're going to reclaim that space that they lost in towards A, both from Ramp and Palace. Still 3 people here to meet them. NIP should be winning this round. Khan reaggressing. Gets a tag on towards Rez and falls away.
Ooh, head rolling. Wrinkle.
Oh,
was
no.
expecting the top player, but it's the bottom player that comes first. 5 on 3 before our very eyes turns 3 on 3. However, they're still out in the open. They're still killable. Shush gets his. Corson gets his. Shush keeps
Good
him coming.
trade.
However, it's all going to be on Hypex here inside the smoke. And yeah, I think they know that it must be the planter. He must be somewhere.
They don't get a plant in this round as well. They're going to have a very similar type of buy-in towards round number 12, which should, in theory, be leading NIP to tie this game up, but it's not always as simple as that.
Flying out in towards the B-bomb site. Snappy has the support. Really set up well. Kaspersky getting his out from short as well. So 5 versus 2 here in the blink of an eye. He'll fall. Oh, man. Hypex with some decent kills in his own right, but unfortunately not going to have too much of an effect for the round.
You'd assume should be simple to shut down. Flash over. PR. Can't find. Shush'll play in that space, but only briefly in towards Palace before he's caught. Boo's going to go back in towards top stairs. The player creeping up close here of Snacks, but the thing is that range they're being caught. They still haven't considered Stacks a possibility, though.
Oh, my goodness. And that timing is just wild on it. Kang going to go down. What a huge find.
Oh.
Snappy the next to roll. And it's all going to be on Kaspersky here to hold that line. He's been smoked off as well, so it's just seemingly not going to happen. Oh, and Torsen makes quick work of him. So should, by all accounts, at least look like a third map. Nice little block of the Molotov there from Hypex. NIP going to have a hell of a T-side here. It starts with the pistol as well. Rez has missed the chance at a kill or two. And the bomb goes down. It's just straight USPs and armor. So you feel like they would be in with a pretty good chance. Ken going to go down. Oh, Shush, a key one for him to find. Does lose it out. Rez keeps the heads coming. Suddenly it's a 3-on-2 in favor of the CT side. And again, a nip round just breaking apart at the seams. Those bad habits on the maps that maybe we don't like as much certainly coming into play here.
Oh.
Snacks with the double spray down. That's rough as well, though. You try and maybe bring the vibes back up. Snappy misses an opportunity to catch the reloading player. He goes on to do that. Ken going to look to do some damage here, but ultimately GamerLegion just want to net the rounds at this early stage of half 2.
Well, it does nothing, to be frank. And neither does a deagle of Kaspersky caught by PR. Looks like this 10th all gone pretty simply. Anti-flash Shush. An easy find.
Ken on the deagle here, just hoping that a head comes his way. Not going to be the case. Wrinkle falling as he looks for the same kind of thing. just not happening here as the rounds really getting going. There's a few opportunities at shots, but GamerLegion really looking clinical as we've gotten into this second half. Much better map from them.
Yeah.
Much worse map from Nip, I think it's safe to say as well, a lot of these rounds. Seen a few situations for them that maybe could have brought the game to more of like a 7-7 scoreline. 8-6.
Reach away. This gun round kind of feels like it's everything. You don't find this. And for me, that's that, to be honest. When all attention drawn towards that Ancient. But it doesn't start well. Shush, the first to fall.
Yeah, not looking good when something like that happens for you. They'll look to try and recover things as best they possibly can, but surely with the man advantage, GamerLegion see this one over the line. Rez, maybe thought for a moment he might go down there, but he's able to spot that player first. Just 3 remaining now for Nip. Just 2 remaining now for Nip. I mean, it's just not getting going at all, is it? They're really, really getting just smacked across.
Yes, they have the mechanical prowess, but just it's not enough. They're getting pulled apart left, right, and center. They're going to dive here on towards Torsen, who gets 2.
Maybe a little bit of something. As the bomb plant on the cards, NIP gonna smack those digits in. But they are worse for wear. Man down, Ken pretty low as well. A miracle potentially needed to even get this round off the floor, let alone the comeback. Slow going on the retake though for GamerLegion. Player spotted out towards short. Ken finds one. Kaspersky not so lucky. Will go down. Ken with another wrinkle somehow while blind getting that done. And somehow that shot not landing. Hypex.
Oh, Kaspersky, he knows about the possibility of the boost. He just can't capitalize on the information he gains from it. They'll come over towards Chair, but he's far from out of there. Snacks, you need to be pretty careful. Sort of felt like there might have even been a world that Kaspersky just swings into it. Now he will, and full blind, he'll get his kill. But at the same time, Hypex gets one of his own. Nice re-aggress from Rez. Can't net a double behind it, though.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit shaky. Oh, misses its shot. So all of a sudden, NIP are picking up steam. Torsen does find a kill, but it costs him. No, that is true. That is true. I mean, even the rounds that Nip have won, though, have been pretty close. Kaspersky to open up. Snappy falls. So not quite able to capitalize on that entry just yet. Smoke's going to roll in here. The IGL to lead from the grave. Certainly needs his team to pull through if they are to get this one. Kaspersky trying to see what he can get away with. Torsen caught aggressing.
That's a big kill to get
on the following round. But this one's still winnable. So it's in like a weird sort of limbo of remaining competitive but not risking everything. They might be able to make work. Kaspersky entries again. Is left very low after a dink. Torsen's 5-7 draws some attention. Falls for a rotation. Quickly in, gets a kill, gets an upgraded weapon. Oh man, Hypex to find Kern. It's maybe crumbling a bit. Kaspersky does get another, but Snappy goes down trying to help out with that. It's all on the low HP Kaspersky and Wrinkle on this AWP. How has it come down to this? They ask again. The flick doesn't quite land. Now they've located the final 2 players. Only 30 seconds. Torsen gives his life, but is traded. And maybe they have done enough. Surely they have done enough. And it is just the fact they made this move, Neo, with the bomb committed. Couldn't pull out. Everyone.
Kaspersky, is he going to sneak in towards Con? No, he's just going to go for that short fight and he'll lose his life.
Try and recover things with some light mid control here, but it's just going from bad to worse, I think it's safe to say. Previous round felt very, very winnable. This one starts off a man down. And NIP again looking to contact in. Also at the top of stairs. I was going to say, is that not for sandwich?
Nice.
They do indeed back it up and net that frag, so evening up the numbers, but very little utility to work with here. Brute force the bomb plant. They will do just that. Slight ticks of damage coming in on both sides, but really all to play for here.
Flash over, avoided by PR. Molly in towards Firebox, but no one there. They're really killing a lot of time to get back in towards this site. Khan, honestly, keeping his head tucked is basically all he needs to do. Play for the post bar and Shush to find one. He's still just staying alive. It will eventually fall. They can't get on this C4 is the only issue.
I feel pretty confident in GamerLegion still, but big round on the cards here again. It's another opener. They've gotten very, very sure of the ex-Kaspersky entry routes in the past few rounds. They will see him off into this one, so another man disadvantage situation for NIP to come back from.
Oh, Snappy. He felt like he had a potential to catch somebody, like a bit of a drop there, but nice turn, nice find, and down to 3 for NIP. Looks like this might be the end for them.
Yeah, very quickly as well. Not wasting a lot of time getting into a round like this. GamerLegion absolutely know that they need to close it out here and now. Take us to that third. It has been some work. Shush, big find from him. Oh my goodness, and another as he spins around. Wrinkled to fall as PR is still in things here. However, Ken finds that kill and Shush is still, I think, lost to the wind. They spot him out towards CT, tag him down low. He can't find another unlikely kill, but the bomb is going to get planted. They've got deep CT control. He just has a little look as well to see, is anybody else coming around that corner? The answer is no. So it becomes all about containment, all about keeping them at bay.
Investment. All GamerLegion in this one probably will be the case. As long as they don't do anything silly, they should be fine. Again, should operative word, but against such a low buy, surely we don't let a round like this slip away. So NIP recovering this to go the full 24 is pretty damn impressive. Missed Molly?
Yeah, a little bit. Perez has a Molly come his way, loses his head, so no crazy shenanigans here. We did see them on a much stronger low buy, but like an unlikely buy. Actually take it to 12 because of that.
In that great reset, I feel like you do then have to kind of back NIP in it because of the run they've made on this T side. GamerLegion looking, I mean, more positively flustered. Hypex spots one on the cross, can't hit the shot.
No. Awesome to say the least. Snappy with the smoke and the Molly combo. Molotov does force Snacks away. They try and chase him down, but ooh, not quite fast enough. What is going on here? Snacks with the re-aggress. Kaspersky also still dedicated to his move. That is crazy. That could be a timing that decides this one. As it felt like Snacks was going to die, and then Kaspersky was going to die, and then Snacks again, and then Snacks actually found the kill. So I really don't know what to make of all that. But NIP, number of rounds now, they have come from behind. So this ain't no thing, man. You know, 5 versus 4 should be easy from here.
Hypex holding. Molly in towards ramp. On the swing. Oh, PR gonna get caught. Hypex has fallen off the angle because he was so scared about the dive out from Palace, but a freebie for Snacks to bring the numbers back in favor of the CT side.
Oh, big find from Wrinkle. Can we deny the bomb plan? No, not quite on for that wall bang. All three coming in from CT here now. Not sure how we feel about this one. Ken with a big headshot before going down. Very quick rotation around here from Wrinkle. Snappy just playing it slow, playing it safe. There's a tap onto the bomb. No need to rush into it. Snappy does come around that corner to give it away. There's a kit available. Another tap coming in as Wrinkle maybe draws him away. The ball's a steal. Stuff it into this third and final map. A super important one here, particularly for Nip. And that scary M word, the major, on the other side of this tournament for them. Head rolls for Nip. Oh, man. Snacks coming in for the nasty two-piece. Rez gonna chime in too. And it's all down to Wrinkle all of a sudden. The B rush does not work.
Snacks has done so well. Any more for him? Wrinkle, it feels impossible. He's being surrounded.
I don't think, although there might be a loophole there, I don't think they'd be super happy about, like, you know, FaZe injecting themselves into a tournament last minute and stuff like that. So I don't think that's what they want their ecosystem to look like necessarily. Bomb goes down here. Tawson to find the first through the smoke, though. Is there anything on the cards for NIP in terms of the kills? They'll be happy with the return on the investment, but they want the kills. An anti-flash position for Ken goes wrong. Snappy on the site itself. Ooh. Too many targets, too many targets. That is rough, to say the least. Wrinkle in for one, but there's a kit on that bomb, and they will get the defuse.
About a month and a bit ago. Actually, a couple of months, to be fair. About a couple of months ago, just under.
Yeah.
It was a 13-10 in favor of NIP on this map.
Yeah. Again, the big caveat there for me was online for that one.
And like different roster, right? Wasn't that prior to Khan?
Oh, yeah, Khan at least, I think. If not the Portugueses in general. I think they dropped one and then the other. We are making money over here.
Just thinking, Khan joined 2 months ago. That game was 2 months ago. So potentially even could have been, yeah, like his first
on the server. I know someone like Dexter, it feels as maybe just a bit much to deal with, even though it's like, haha, yeah, he is a character. You know, you got to focus on the game at a certain point and not distract your teammates away from said game. Fair bit of damage done with the pistols here, actually. Snacks to find the first in his little foray back and forth at the Jaguar position, as I like calling it. Cheater, I know, for some. Lamp for others. But I like Jaguar. Either way. Keeping them coming. Wrinkle does tap out Rez. Could get his hands onto that AK. He does indeed. It's not quite over just yet. 35 seconds on the clock. And a bomb plan seems more than likely. AK pushing forwards. Keeps it nice and calm on the spray down. PR with the flank from behind brings him down to a 2 versus 2. The AK still in the conversation. Back end of PR sticking out there. The Deagle deletes Hypex. And PR with a tough decision. Does he want to go for this? Or does he want to just give it up? He's going to have a look. Looking to get messy in towards middle, as there will be an instant trade coming through. A lot of damage done, though. Hypex got to be careful around that corner, and I think he knows it. Lucky to be alive, and, you know, there's no spam that comes his way either. NIP will start walking away. He will go down eventually as the smokes dissipate. That brings them back towards mid, maybe. And Snacks has got a decision to make. He wants to try and get aggressive over here. He's thinking about it. He really is. It's an aggressive stance already, considering the position. Kaspersky's got half an eye on it, but not at the right time. Will go down back into the 3-on-3.
Got space here. Especially that util down as well. The only thing they have to be worried about is Donut. Flashes are coming through. They don't have a smoke to block off Donut entrance. So they're going to play inside of it. And there's a flank brewing. PR has Wrinkle dead to rights. In from behind. Flash doesn't affect Shush. And he is honestly the make or break of this round. Shoulder spotted. He's now a known quantity. With Snappy being so low, surely no chance. He's so far away as well. This flank's a nice idea, but well, let's see what the reaction is. He doesn't get mollied. Instead, actually rushing in towards B. Maybe all for nothing, but Tawson He'll get the first. Sax will swing out, gets one, but a nice trade from Torsen, and Hypex will get one behind it as well. So wasn't exactly the call that
Smoke goes in. Gonna try and boost above it maybe, but no. It does give a lot of space to Nip to bolster up and get ready for a cave burst. There's a smoke and a flash available. That's all they've got. Snappy is in position to get him thrown. Flash towards ramp to dominate that area. It's all going to be down to the cave players then. The flash taking its time to get in. It will be bursted forwards, but they are set up and ready.
Way simply being put to bed. Break on towards that smoke. They're going to play still behind it. The break on it, and that'll cost PR his life. Hypex also fell at the same time, but Rez and Snacks combine well. Open and red room, need to be careful here, Rez. Oh, the jump, I don't love that. He honestly should have been punished for it, but he isn't somehow, and Snacks will reaggress.
Man advantage. Short-lived. Wrinkle with a big find. And opens up this B bomb site now. A bit unsure of lane. They're very scared of lane, it would seem. Thinking there's maybe a player that's pushed in, and that means they've got less smokes going. Wrinkle likes that, however. He takes another head, leaving it all onto Snacks. Arguably the hero of this round has been left to pick up all of the pieces. Spots
and the issue that we've kind of having at the moment as well is that from where we're at, it's so far, you know, we need to see some consistency. Like, they can't afford for this to be flash in the pan. That buzzword that we like to say. X-Kaspersky's going to get 2 huge kills to keep the numbers level.
Yeah, really big kills.
Can confirm, by the way, Monty lost in that final.
Ooh.
I don't know whether that then means if GamerLegion, I think it might have to be win this tournament.
I mean, always just good to win the tournament, though.
Yeah,
general.
exactly.
I guess just lock the tournament in for good measure because it's all prediction based anyway.
Yeah, I also know M80 have kind of like slightly killed the dreams a little bit of Alliance by them winning. I think I'm right in saying, yeah, by them being Alliance, it basically massively improved Big's chances of qualifying to the major. So essentially, Slacks and Sin doing a job for their countrymen and their former side in a way as well.
Looking good here as the bomb has gone down cleanly. PR left in the 1 versus 2. Looking to get the tap onto the bomb. Oh, he takes a swing at it. Smoke on the bomb. Quick tap coming in. Maybe need to kill here.
They've lost each other.
It's a bit of a tough one. I don't know what he's playing out. He's still got time. I think he's still got time, you know. Knife comes out. Staple the fajita, mate. You don't.
I know.
I feel like the fajita is not as popular internationally.
I make
Everyone's
them
always on
for
about
myself a lot.
tacos and enchiladas. You know, a burrito goes pretty hard, but
I make fajitas a lot at home. You know the fajita kits you can get? I get them
of course.
a lot.
But I feel like it's one of those things that, like, you know, Mexican sort of chef or whatever would roll in their grave kind of thing at the fajita kit.
Plastic packaged salsa, like they would hate the sight of that.
No, I mean, that is valid, actually.
Tastes good, though.
I don't think it's that hard to make salsa yourself.
Nah, just like tomatoes, isn't it?
Yeah, and just sort of mush it up, I think.
That's it, mate. Spot on. Could have said that myself. PR should be dead to rights.
He's got to come after, like... And he does it well. He, like, delays it. You know, they'll win the clutch, and then he gives it, like, 5 seconds, and then he'll scream nice. I think it's pretty clever. Psychological mastermind, this guy. Maybe you are, too. Get over to Stake and get the code ranked used for the 7-day reload. $10 a day for 7 days. Do be sure to check out that banner down below, but maybe you got a feeling here. Maybe you got a feeling it could still be a good time to get in. Those NIP stocks are rising. Torsen's got other things to say about that, though. Snacks as well in a very good position here to try and close things out, but it's his supporting cast that's falling down around him, and they will check out that angle. They will find themselves the path to the 5th. You feel Wrinkle just runs through the molly.
The CT molly is, you know, it's not as strong, but doesn't mean it's harmless.
Still, I feel like that should have killed him with the amount of time he's given the fire, not gonna lie. But then maybe do they want utility straight killing a guy? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Too many players. The GamerLegion will save, and I'll be up to a 5th. They've actually done a really decent job of recovering the second half. Like, credit to them. Not the one that, the way it started, looked like GamerLegion were going to run away with things, but they've squandered these last few, and it's definitely opened that door. That's good.
Not the best of buys for GamerLegion. Starts off so very well in this half, and they let it slip. It's been a really unpredictable game in that sense. We've had one-sided dominant looks that end up being one-sided. Then we've had comebacks. Then we've had back and forth. And suddenly the team that looked like the worst is able to pull away. It's just been all over the place in terms of the predictability, and maybe speaks towards the level of these two teams being actually a lot closer than you might think. Rez to open as Nip. It's a little cheeky, isn't it? Trying to burst through that smoke on towards the A bomb site. How often does that work for you?
Snappy. Rez waiting. The patience for them. But 3 will move back in towards mid. The numbers favouring GamerLegion. Are they at the final hurdle of this half actually going to confirm a lead? Wrinkle, other ideas. That is such a quick shot.
Leading this charge over here. Rez up top. They are somewhat aware of him. Oh, it's gotten a bit messy over here. Still kills for the CT side. It's all going to be down to Wrinkle. 20 seconds to get the bomb down. He doesn't have loads to play with, and just rig around the rosy. IP hoping to get it on the board. A nice time to smoke. Try and keep them at bay, but they are moving through it. I think that completely catches the CT side off guard. You see there's a flash coming over the top. It's a bit late. All that timing goes by the wayside because they just ran through their own smoke. Shush. Up close. Got to find a couple. Not going to happen. It's all on Wrinkle.
They're going to dive out towards the A side. There's a few people here to meet them. Not exactly going to be the easiest. Kaspersky going to be the first to fight. He goes ahead of the smoke and just behind that flash a little bit. The second flash that comes in. Oh, it's really ugly. And I can't believe he stays alive for as long as he does.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant find. Snacks. Going to keep it coming, though. Snappy hiding away. I think they know about him. They definitely do now. Should be able to find him here with the side swipe. Wow, looking crisp as well. Not only are the rounds on the same level as GamerLegion, I think we see signs of brilliance. But it's just trying to find the line, you know? Snappy with a looser sort of style and much more mid-roundy that can promote creativity and initiative, but then that can lead to a lot more kills going against you unless you really are that sharp. So it's a really fine line between all these different things in the way that I think NIP are approaching the game. We can just see it unfold on the server, you know, even to like the untrained eye. So many rounds. Less so here, maybe because they're like now like overcompensating in a way. But on Mirage, so many rounds where it should be theirs, maybe 65-35. It's not like absolutely a done deal that they've thrown away, but some pretty good rounds for them that they initiate the mistakes and they start the ball rolling to allow GamerLegion to get back in.
Yeah, I think you're right. This could be good from Khan up close for consolation kills, but it'll be only that, surely. Bomb to spill forward. Nice, easy trade. That comes behind it, and the last man. Next to Kaspersky. Can't expect loads. Oh, a nice shot with the Eagle, though. You take those.
As Wrinkle all the way up there, nobody else able to help him. Meanwhile, much more well spread on that GamerLegion side.
Now or never. Doesn't start well. Immediate trade, but PR going to make it 2. Can the red rune smoke? Too many people to fight there. Oh my god. I actually think Shush is quite lucky to get away alive there, to be honest. He's holding. But it's Snappy who falls. Wrinkles under pressure. He's hearing these steps. Snacks will fall. They've got to overcome the AWPer, but he's kind of alone now and isolated. The flash is brilliant. He's taking hopeful pop shots, and it's all on Shush. They know he was rotating through. Oh my god, he's made the move.
And then they were like, right, let's tighten it up. And then they won the third map. So, a wild team. It certainly feels like it's doable, but they just keep letting us down. They've got the man advantage here to kick off. However, Torsen is deep into the site, breaks open the smoke, and Hypex to help him out there. Beautiful, beautiful find there from Torsen, catching them totally off guard as he's having a really great game over here. Wrinkle and Shush still in proceedings, though, and Mr. Wrinkle has been very strong for the side of it. Not strong enough here. He gets that dink, but the gun lets him down. It's all going to be on to Shush.
No, as I say, done a fair. He may have slipped around them and he didn't spot anything. But unfortunate for Shush, that's GamerLegion, map and series point. He'll get an exit here. He'll drop the AWP. Just about. What the hell? Terrorists win. Wrinkle. Oh yeah, he was tunnel visioning, double scoped on the deep angle as Torsen up close who delivers, and now they can start scaling in. Just where the Khan gets cleared in. He's going to be flashed. He does get overlooked. Khan gets two, and with the support of Snappy, I thought it'll come forward, but it's still a 2 versus 2.
Where are they off? They seem to have maybe not seen the bomb, or maybe just being super weird and unpredictable, trying to isolate Reds, but not quite able to do so. Snappy on his way back towards B, and now for certain has to spot this bomb. I would be very surprised. Still there. And still moving up for GamerLegion. We've got Shush on maybe the longest flank in the history of the world. Snappy might be all that's needed, though. We're going to find out. They really don't know where he's at. Trying to find some brilliant timing here if he can. Bomb gets recovered. Tap comes in. Isolates one. Loses his head to the other. And it's Shush to save the game for Nip. Surely not expected. The timing on it is actually so good in the end. And he will indeed side.
Oh, they're going aggro. Bold move here, and the one time they go for a ramp pop, that one's here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's good information traded back, I suppose. Kaspersky to find a kill. He's not long for this world, though. They execute coming in, and Shush going to find two ahead of the smokes. Snappy gets one through it. GamerLegion biting off a bit more than they can chew in this round. They just have to cast their minds back to the previous.
Where is that eco that you were talking about? Yeah, one upgrade a pistol. That's about it. Kind of the round that we say. Get a bomb plant, that'll be nice. Anything else feels highly, highly unlikely.
They are just winding that clock down, though, GamerLegion. For a cheeky one. Can always tell there's a bit of tension in games like this. If this were online, they'd just be throwing themselves in it, get that next rifle round going as soon as possible. But they are really trying to stretch it out and hoping to just take the one gun away or force out that bomb plan, like you say. Not looking too likely here. Nip. Not making any mistakes. Try not to overface or over-aggress. Still got the Deagle in the conversation. Oh my goodness. We are really trying hard here. The silent move off the boost to just not give anything away at the moment.
I love the idea. Surely still nothing comes of it. They might actually...
Well, feeling all to play for here, sir. As I think there are a lot of options on the cards for GamerLegion. Deep elbow smoke coming in, really deep elbow smoke coming in from the CT side, and I think that maybe does telegraph the act of aggression. Snax walks into it. First kill comes out for NIP. Edge of your seat now as key round starts.
At range, Wrinkle was obviously having an absolute blinder of a game. Perfect time on that flash and molly as well, by the way. That is pretty damn beautiful. They do have time to cancel, but you get to the point where you're thinking, is it even worthwhile? PR going to get boosted up. And he'll net a really important kill. That's Wrinkle to fall of all people. Swinging backside behind that smoke. Shush can't quite get the second, but Exaspersky can trade. Plant will come through just about. Smoke's fading as well. And as it fades, Exaspersky dies, but it's still now all on res.
Man, I mean, they get so lucky on the trade. Rez in behind, however, could definitely get this done. There's going to be that hold on to the bomb. He's got to be moving faster than this. Can't get him off. Not in time. May well even find both the kills here. He does.
They're going to dive out towards A again. This time they've gone quick, and this time no one is actually there to meet them. They're going to plan on this, and it's going to be a pure 5-on-5 on the retake. Make that 5-on-4.
Yeah, just about. But another retake required. You see how messy the previous one was. Might happen here again. Start to move in, flash over the top. Ken gonna fall. That was trying to get in towards the site. And they've got Torsten in a really great spot here to lock it off. Rez gonna go next. Kaspersky keeps the kills coming. Wrinkle knows that he's locked in, yeah, and he just waits patiently, ever patiently. Player on the bomb. PR can't do much. Hoping that they were faking
the next round. I guess the positive news is, though, if NIP find this round, the money is pretty low for GamerLegion towards the next. And sort of therefore, you'd have that feeling that maybe the overtime would be required. But it doesn't start well for NIP in such an important round. It's Snax to open up proceedings.
Not what they wanted on a spam as well. Unsure of what to do now, leaving mid open, weakening up A, maybe. It does seem like they're sort of slowly going to rotate things clockwise. Orb trained in here, though, with an opportunity, should the peak come his way, to even up the numbers. And they have bolstered up B. Shush on a slow info gather in the donut. If he opts to keep going forwards, as more and more noise made towards B, he is going to do just that. They are definitely set for a B hit here. It's really, really, really well telegraphed and held for. Nicely timed smoke. Wrinkle to find a kill for good measure. They're going to try and pivot in through the cave. Not happening at all. Wrinkle does go down eventually, but Hypex finds himself all alone against 3. For the clutch, they give him the bomb plant, despite having a couple players very close to the action. So they really are trying to play this as best they can.
They're cooking up some ideas. There's still a buy for GamerLegion. Obviously, final rounds, they're always going to invest, but more in the sense of, I was worried that they actually weren't going to have weapons to work with or proper premium rifles. They do. They think about diving towards A again. It kind of worked earlier. That pop flash is super nice. Shush. Only 1 for 1. Snack's going to get 2. Captain Fantastic might have given them the round of the dying embers. He gives them the advantage.
Sappy with another through that smoke. As he might have just brought it back. The captains fighting off against each other, retaking full swing here. Smoke's dissipating, and they're on quite a far back hold, it has to be said. Smoke on top of the bomb to take us to the OT. Snappy with a trade out to player on high. They're not ready for him, and PR to find the double at the end. GamerLegion deny again.